Smuppy for life. Yeah. Smuppy for life. Stand up when the chief is here. Hands up. Yeah, the chief is here. Stand up when the chief is here. Hands up. Yeah, the chief is here. Yeah. Smuppy for life.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the hot seat. This is where you meet fellow Smutbies, and it's much easier to meet them remote, so you actually don't have to meet some of them in person. We had episode 1 last week. Amazing. Rickus, Andre, Dino. And this week, we've got unbelievable 5 Smutbies. And each week, the Smutbies who are on recommend the Smutbies of next week. So be ready, because you might be fingered too. We're going to start with a Smutbee, each Smutbee introducing themselves. I was going to introduce one another, but that gets messy. So we're going to start with Ron McKenzie, one of the ancient Smutbees, one of the original Smutbees. Ron, who are you? Tell us.
Hey, Rob. So I'm Ron McKenzie. I'm a family man. I'm a father of 4, I think, like the chief. I try not to make eye contact with my wife too often, otherwise we have another child. I've got 2 businesses, the Safari Guys and Embassy Direct. And when I met Rob and I was invited to the group, as I put out there before, I thought, shit, man, I've been invited to a giant swingers club. And I'm still trying to work out if I just haven't been invited to one of the swinging parties. That's me.
Oh, Ron, we've been meaning to tell you. Gina, over to you. Gina, mute. Okay. Zhao, you go ahead. Gina, you're on mute. Zhao, you go ahead.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. I'm Joe. Live in England. I've got an 8-year-old son, and I'm going to tell you what I'm not involved in. It might be easier. I'm not involved in drugs, child trafficking, weapon trafficking, and that's about it. Everything else I like to dabble in. Love the Smutbies, and of course Denver. And just based on what Dino said last week, I just thought I'd mention that I've got big hands, Gina.
Gina, over to you. Gina? We can't hear you.
Oh, I want to hear her voice so bad.
Yeah, I want to hear her voice too. Magic Max, tell us about you. We've seen the video. Tell us about you, though.
Magic Max, Renaissance man, former international rugby player for Scotland, also a qualified PGA golf professional. Mum and dad live in Portugal, where I'm currently at, looking after them, and just follow a philosophy of living each day to the max, excuse the pun. But yeah, life's a beautiful thing, and just trying to get as much of it as I can.
And Max, we've seen the video, but you showed us what's going on outside the window. Can you just give the audience a quick look at your life?
Hell yes. This is my view. Work it, baby. Get deep. Get deep on it.
Max, where's the blonde? Max, where's the blonde? And who's the blonde? We'll come back to that.
Right.
Gina, over to Gina Mossman. Gina, you are on mute. I can see your mute button. Gina, you're on mute. Yeah, there we go. Try it. No. Well, now we have, Gina, you have to log off and log on again. Log off and log on. And now we have the one many of you have been waiting for. Most of you fear, and those who've been into the smut cage never come back normal. Captain C.
Well, me hearties, welcome to Smutbee. Fine bunch we have here. Very brief intro. You can find out all about my technological background if you go to infotelesis.com or some of my many websites at earthplan.com/slee.html. But Robbie and I go way, way back. The personal stuff's much more interesting. We grew up together on the beach in Hermanus. Some of our first memories were on that beach. We remember going, one year we went to all 3 Landros, Landys, Rob Hersov and his Landry, and 2 Boustrad Landries, and we went down to the end of the plot. And that
We didn't
was
have sex. We did not have sex.
Unfortunately, we're too innocent then, you know, Rob. Not sure. We had too fine an upbringing, possibly, or not. But anyway, we left one of the Landys, my dad's Landy, in the ocean there when you come around the rock. Lovely memories of family, and this is what life's all about: enjoying it to the full.
Captain C, you, Adrian Defay, and I all met when we were about 6, 7 years old. What has happened since? In 30 seconds, what has happened since to Captain C? Aren't you suing the American government?
Yes, well, I've got a $1.4 trillion lawsuit I won there, but they don't seem to like that. I launched a 91 satellite communication network. You would have had a gigabit per second connection anywhere on the planet. By the way, I have long hair because I took a vow. I said I wouldn't cut my hair till I got justice.
And Captain C, does that apply down under as well? The no shaving. Can we see?
No. Well, we can have a Brazilian down there. Don't worry.
Okay. And Captain C, last question before we find where Gina's run to. Is there any live mammal or human being in the bottom of your boat right now? Handcuffs or no handcuffs?
No, I let her off earlier.
Okay. All right.
And blonde.
Oh, here comes Gina.
By the way,
Gina.
Went for the shave that they're only allowed to do now within the lockdown.
Okay. I tell you guys, be very afraid. Gina, do we have you? Gina? By the way, this happened to Vlodek last time. People don't think Vlodek actually exists. Gina?
I'm starting to think Gina was the lure to get us on.
Gina's
the lure
just
to get
teasing
you
us. She's teasing us.
Yeah, no, wait till you see what comes later. Dino's not here. Gina? Gina? All right, we'll come back to Gina. Right, it's a one answer question, okay? Which smut bee do you really, really want to meet that you haven't met yet? Okay, Ron, who do you want to meet that you haven't met yet? Which smut bee?
I think it's a toss-up between, I'd say David Milner.
David Milner, okay. Zhao, who do you want to meet that you haven't met?
Rob, it's heads or tails between yourself and...
I'm here.
Yeah, but I mean meat, like proper meat, debauchery.
Like play golf and hug.
Yeah. Oh, shit. I've seen him swing.
And definitely like Jordan Belfort. I think he'd be like pretty cool.
Okay. Captain C, what about you? You've probably met quite a lot.
Well,
They're
yeah,
all
I'd like to
hiding.
meet all of you, to be honest. I mean, that's what life's about, the interaction. But Vlodek needs to head out here. You know, he missed our meet here. He's got to get his art out here. Vlodek, get your ass out here before I sail off, or I'll see you in the Caribbean.
Okay. Max, come on. There must be one you dying to meet.
I'd really like to meet, well, aside from yourself, as Big Joe says, I'd like to meet Marty. I'm not sure what his surname is. I've got him in my phone as Marty Olympic because we've exchanged some messages.
Marty Ryman. It's got to be Marty Ryman.
Oh, it's got to be Marty Ryman, yeah.
Okay. And which smut bee, if you had to at gunpoint to save your family, which smut bee of the same sex would you like to shag? Max, we're going to start with you.
Of the same sex.
It has to be, because otherwise it's, sexist.
I want to fuck the shit out of Vlodek, if that's how you say his name.
You won't be able to hold on to his hair. Captain C, what about you?
I'll skip that, Rob. You've got to keep it in the family. Better watch out. It might be yourself, you idiot.
No. Adrian, take Adrian. Zhao, come on, Zhao. You've definitely got someone in mind.
Listen, I have. Only because I saw he joined the other day, and he holds such a high esteem in English rugby. I'd like to give Lawrence Delalio one to go on.
Yes!
Jesus. Ron, what about Ron?
As I'm a Zimbabwean, we go to jail for that shit. But with Captain C's hair there, maybe, in the darkness, maybe
I better
it's
watch
Cap C.
my ass.
Right, we're moving on to the next. The next is a quiz, okay? Gina, are you on yet? Okay. Gina will come on. Right, guys, here's a quiz. We're not going to use the pen and paper. Which two countries are the best sporting countries in the world based on Olympic medals? Sorry, based on gold medals per capita. You can put your hand up if you want to guess. Max.
No idea.
Max.
I'm going to go USA. It's probably completely wrong, but
Per
Completely
capita.
wrong.
Per capita.
Per capita.
No, it's New Zealand.
Australia.
No, close.
I'll do New Zealand, Rob.
Correct
Awesome.
is the right answer. They're second. Number one is Barbados with 3 golds from one guy.
Wow.
And that was it. I think Usain Bolt. But New Zealand is the best sporting country per capita. Gold medals per capita. Which, and I don't know the answer to this, but which country do you think is the worst or worst two? I'm going to say India
China.
with 1 billion people. I don't think they've ever got a medal.
Fiji.
I think yeah,
They won their first last Olympics.
That's true. But a lot of countries haven't ever got one. Ron?
India.
Yeah, India. Gina, you on yet? Okay, let's get on to a more important one, politics. And this is a spelling and word game. So I'm going to give you a word, and you have to give me as many 4-letter words that describe that other word, okay? And you can't use golf because it's a sacred word. Right. If you want to describe the ANC to someone, what 4-letter words use? Go.
Fuck.
Fuck.
Useless. Oh, 4-letter word. Shit.
Puss.
Puss. Guys, use other languages. What's puss in English?
Dumb. D-U-M-B.
Dumb. Haven't used the C word.
Gun.
Bang, done. Excellent, guys. Really good. Very good. Okay. Now we're going to do a spelling test, which is, I'm sure you're very good at. And this one, you have to put your hand up because it's too long. I'm going to ask you a question without an answer, but you have to tell me the answer and spell it. Captain C, what is the capital of Madagascar?
I was meant to sail there. I didn't get there. They stole my passport
Right.
in Mozambique.
Antananarivo.
Okay, because Max and Zhao would have got that. How do you spell it? Go.
A-N-T-A-R-I-V.
Fuck, hopeless. All right. Now we're going to do a little song contest while Lauren looks at the questions in from the audience. and Zhao, you're going to go first. You have to sing. You have to sing "Smutby for Life." Go.
Smutby for life. Smutby for life.
Captain C.
Ha smut me for life, me lads.
Ron, surely you can get this.
I'm tone deaf. I will chase everyone off this webinar. Smart be for life, baby.
Okay, Max, come on. Bring some love here.
I am a Smarty for life.
Yeah, well done. You win, Max.
Smutby for life.
Hey, he
Right, guys,
wasn't
now-
a smart he wasn't a smart for one day, remember?
So, guys, this is the important one. You get to ask a question of another person here that really puts them on the spot.
All right.
A
Well, Jesus,
really, like, just a normal question like, when last did a butt plug fall out of your ass without you knowing it was there? That stuff like that, just normal, everyday stuff. All right, Zhao, you're going to ask one of the other three any question you want. They have to answer honestly.
Rob, have you ever played a full round of golf without taking your shoes off?
Not recently, no. Trousers are another matter, though. Okay, Phew, I got off lightly there. Max, far away.
Ron, have you ever done your wife up the arse and did she enjoy it?
Just say yes and yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Captain C.
Hey, Rob. What was your most embarrassing moment?
Who are you asking?
You.
Fuck, there are a lot of them. I once on the first tee at Queenwood in sort of lemon-colored pants. I'd been to Starbucks that morning, and Katie was trying to get me to do vegetarian. I drank 2 of those green juices, and on the first tee, I shat my pants all the way down to my knees. On the first tee, in front of the caddies, in front of everyone else. And then it got worse. I went out and bought some shorts, but I handed this poo pants wrapped up in a towel to ask them to clean them. Katie was like, you should have just thrown them away. That is so disgusting. I've got worse, but I think all right. Gina, are you on? Gina?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yay!
So, Gina, tell us about yourself. Quickly,
Right,
tell us
quick
about.
Gina, live in Cape Town, part of Sun Study for about 2 years. I'm so my new job really is babysitting and caregiver to my man-child Dino. It's a full-time job, as you can imagine. And yeah, just waiting for this fucking ban to be lifted so we can go on with our lives. And I'm in the hospitality trade, so I can start working again. Otherwise, yeah. Freezing
Gina, there
miles.
was never a ban on fucking.
I never said that.
And Gina, which Smutby have you always wanted to meet? We're going to do quickly. Which Smutby?
Reese.
Which Smutby do you always want to meet?
Reese.
Reese.
From Joburg, Reese. There's the
Reese?
trio, Reese, Rickus, and Andre.
Okay, but Rickus and Andre were on last week, so maybe you choose.
So Reese.
And then, which Smutby of your same sex would you like most to shag?
Oh, there's a few actually.
Oh,
All of them.
Yeah, probably. Your wife included.
wow.
You are so
Wow.
sexy.
And before we switch to the questions, can you sing Smutby for Life, please?
Must be for life. I can't sing.
Pretty good. Right. Max, who do you want to ask what question?
I've already asked it. Oh, another one.
No, who did I miss? Ron, I missed Ron.
Me.
Fine.
I was going to ask Captain C if there was a spaceship or a boat, but Max, I've got to ask you. You did this video in Portugal, and it was lots of cool stuff happening. After the lights went off there, the cameras stopped. Was there some group loving?
Yes, I think 100%.
Can you remember?
I've had a lot of group loving sessions recently.
Max, what music was playing? I mean, that music was fantastic when you were on the boat.
The boat. Fuck, I can't remember.
Forget that one.
It must have been good, Max.
Max, tell him when you turned up at the Met in Cape Town dressed as a Zulu warrior, man.
I had the pleasure of playing in the Cape Town Tens recently, beginning of the year, and I tore my ankle ligaments in the second game, and then decided to just get baked out of my mind on both drugs and alcohol. And I bought this Zulu outfit off this Zulu warrior, and it was just a hat and the cloth, nothing else. And I rocked up to see Big Joe and my brother at the racing, and went into his box with all these Asians, big money men, and just tore the place apart pretty much.
Guys, now, there are 3 famous words in life. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Which 2 words are missing? Gina.
Oh, sorry, sex. Just say again. Sorry, I didn't hear that.
She just heard sex, okay. There are 3 words that are fundamental to Smutby life, I think. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. What 2 words are missing in your view?
Oh my God, that's a fuck. I don't know.
God, fuck. Well done. Captain C.
Well, there's
Captain
actually
C.
3. There's 3, Rob. Liberty, life, and the pursuit of happiness.
Yeah!
Very good. Joao. Biltong and?
Listen, there's a lot of words missing, man. Give me 10 seconds. I'll get to a good one. Definitely Biltong, being sort of chairman of the Anti-Vegan Society. But I think brotherhoodship, sisterhood, camaraderie is really a word that's right up there with me and what we're doing here. So that word's missing. Probably, yeah.
And Biltong.
And Biltong.
Ron? Max, I'm keeping you for last on this one. Ron? I agree. Those are the best two words I'd heard.
You're muted.
Love and kindness.
Love and kindness. Ooh, this is very impressive,
Very deep.
Max. The two words missing.
Yeah, I'm going to echo Ron and say love, and I'll just say I'd love to be where Gina is right now. She just looks amazing. I want the phone to be a bit closer to her face.
Have you seen how big Dino is?
And
Max.
second,
Yeah, but it's
He's
got
very
four
big.
hands.
Carl,
and second,
well
in
done.
the words
Well
of,
done.
a proud Scotsman,
Freedom!
Ah, there we go.
Look at Gina. Look at Gina. Now, guys, this is the most important part of today. And this we're going to put together in clips one day and remember it. And I'll give you a chance to think. So I'm going to ask Ron first. What does SMUTB mean to you? What does SMUTB mean to you? And Ron, you're going to go first. This is the most important thing.
Please become a new family to me.
Say it again.
SMUTB's become a new family to me. It's been a surprise along the way to sort of grow from thinking I was joining the Giant Swingers Club to join this brotherhood, sisterhood. And I think the thing that would best sum it up as a family, because it really is like an extended family. We have our fights, we have our kiss and makeups. It's like a big, beautiful family.
Lovely. Captain C, come on.
I think, Ron, you hit the nail on the head. I believe it is family, brotherhood and sisterhood, standing together, recognizing we're all entitled to our opinion and appreciating the beauty of the spectrum.
Okay. Gina?
Family, fun, and fornication.
Oh,
That's
Oh, yeah,
Very
baby.
very good. 3 Fs. Maxie, what about for you?
yeah, I'm going to say home. As a boarding school professional rugby player, I've been institutionalized all my life, and I'm very used to homes. And one thing that you really miss when you leave an institution is that feeling of home, and SMUTB definitely feels like that for me.
You know, an interesting thing, Hans Otterling, who's a SMUTB in Sweden, Molnar, who's a SMUTB in America, David Moore, as a comedian in America, all said there's nothing like this anywhere in Europe or the States. So we got to love it and protect it. Zhao.
yeah. So firstly, I'd like to, because you say you're going to pass this onwards. James Simpson Daniel, he introduced me to SMUTB, so I will be forever grateful for what he done. Everything everyone said, it's family, it's connection, it's somebody to have a laugh with, it's somebody to discuss business with, and it's just wonderful collective of a whole spectrum of society. I mean, there was a guy on last week who had a tow truck business, and we've got guys that have invested in Spotify, for example. It's a massive diversity, and I'm so chuffed to be part of it. And I've introduced a few people, and I love it. Absolutely love it. My boy
Introduce me, Joe. Forever grateful for you, brother.
My son is 8 years old, and he's saying to me, "What's SMUTB doing today?" Seriously.
So let me all ask you a question. And that's a serious question. Then we're going to get on to a few questions from the audience. The name SMUTB, I love it. And more and more serious people just love it. But I get other people saying to me, "Look, a bit smut, bit knit, not good. If you're going to build a bigger group, if it's going to go global, you got to have a different name." What do you guys think, honestly?
Okay, I'll go first, right? I think we have enough political correctness in the world, and our collective goodness should be worth far more than us bowing to somebody worried about the word smut.
Everyone agree?
Yes, absolutely.
Smutby it is. Right, let's get on to a few questions from the audience before we wrap up, because I did say 30 minutes.
Yeah,
This
I want to do
question-
one Denver question at least, please. Just at least one.
Okay. You want to ask one or answer?
No, answer.
Okay. You can't answer this one because it's from Paolo Di Carmo.
Oh,
I want Max to tell everyone how he broke his foot recently, and well, he kind of did, and Zhao to tell you all how he managed to get into the Australia Springbok match at Newlands in 1995.
right. Okay, so Max. Okay, I'll just answer Max's story. Max was telling everybody that he was bitten by a crocodile. And he had all the air hostesses. He had about 10 air hostesses worried about him when we were flying around South Africa because he'd been attacked by a crocodile. That's why his foot was in a
How
car.
did you get into the rugby though?
I got into the rugby through a reporter arriving in South Africa, coming for a drink in a pub in Sandton, and I said to him, "Listen, do you mind if we just look after your press pass? I just want to brag to my mates that I've been hired by a newspaper to cover the match." And he said, "Yeah," and he buggered off. I took the press pass to photo first. We made 50 copies, and about 50 of us all went in on the same press pass. And it was awesome. One of the best days of our lives. And he was there.
Right.
Yeah.
Before I ask the last question down here, we're going to finish up by each of you having one message you want to give to all of Smutby. And then you have to choose who replaces you on Hot Seat next week. So you get to pick the person that follows you, all right?
Okay.
So while you think about those two things, a message for all of Smutby and who follows you, there's a question from Gareth Rawlins. Does anyone know of Ronnie's old nickname of the Dakota and why he was called that? Ron?
There was a reason I chose not to sing just now. And let's just say I can empty a karaoke bar. It may have happened.
All right, we're going to go first with Gina. Gina, what's your message to Smutby and who do you pick for next week?
Okay, just a lot of love, a lot of light, and a lot of tolerance, and always have fun. And I pick Jeannie D.
Jeannie D.
Yep.
Zhao?
Keep up the good work. Let's strive to make even better connections. Let's get the world going to a better place. And I nominate. It's obviously going to be Paolo. It's got to be. I've known him for 40 years. It's got to be him.
Paolo. Okay, Captain C. The mighty Captain C.
Right, Smutbies, we've got an opportunity in this era to change the world. Now, all of you've got extraordinary competence in different areas. We want you to join us. Let's make this world a better place. I've been dedicated on this specific project for 2 decades. peoplerisen.org is a site that needs help now. It's a strategy. We need the artists, we need the musicians, we need the sexy girls to take it over now. Well, the next guy I think we've got to put up because he posts some of the best posts on Smutby. Let's put Vladek on.
Before we ask you, because I'm going to go to Ron now, we want to know about the blonde girl. How come we haven't told her? Who is she? We're all fascinated by her.
She is a lovely Dutch girl I met actually the same day I did my ankle at the Cape Town Tens. She was modeling in Cape Town, and we just had a bit of fun for a while. But she wanted sex more than I can give sex, which is a lot. And so it's
Okay.
it's
she did your ankle.
it's on pause. It's on pause.
So, pause. Right, Ron, message to Smutbies and who do you choose? And we come back to Max.
So message to Smutbies, I think we, the world needs reasonable, moderate, level-headed people. And us as the Smutby family, we need to dig deep, be tolerant of each other's opinions. It's even a message to myself. And let's try and be a small change in the world and emanate out. That's my message. I would like to nominate Sarah McLachlan, I think it is. It looks like a good-looking lady on the London group. But if she's unavailable, David Milner.
Are you good with
Fantastic.
You got Olivia on here too, Rob.
She was
Olivia
on
was last week.
Okay.
Olivia was on last week.
last week.
So you want Sarah? Sarah Mack? Okay. Maxie,
Yeah,
message to Smutby and who you want to choose.
Okay, I'm going to get a little bit deep and spiritual on this one. There's a reason we've been blessed with water on this planet. There's nothing like water. It's totally alien. And water is what makes up the ocean. And just to give people a little bit of advice, try and be like the ocean if you can, or think of the ocean. Because the ocean, imagine you as the ocean, right? The waves and the ripples on top is your mind. And they're rising and falling, good times, bad times. But there's always ripples, okay? If you go deeper, i.e. if you go deeper within you, you get deeper into the ocean where it's calmer, peaceful, and from there you can watch the ripples on top and just find a bit more peace in your life. So if you're ever having
Beautiful.
a tough time, think.
Yeah, beautiful. You got to do the little heart for that. Oh, nice.
That's lovely. So guys, listen, thank you very much. And we're going to say goodbye to our Smutbies in the audience.
Who's
Bye.
Max nominated?
Hey? Oh yeah, Max, who you nominated? Sorry.
Oh, so I've got him in my phone as Olympic Marty. I think is it Marty Reed?
Marty Ryman. That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Hey, Ryman.
That's a good one. So guys, my dream is to have Smutby crowdfund a sex robot factory. I've said this before, so I'm going to work on that. Okay. And now we're going to say goodbye to our Smutby audience. Everybody lean forward to kiss the screen as like you're kissing all the other Smutbies, and see you next week.
Misbehave, lads. Have a good day.
Cheers, guys. Thank you, Lauren.
You guys,
Yes.
get
Thanks,
out and
Lauren.
have fun.
Bye.